Don't get caught up in the kung fu hustle. What it is, it's your boy LB. And we want to talk about why you must avoid the kung fu hustle. Now, why is the kung fu hustle a problem? Because I believe in fighting. Fighting has to be the only place where there's more lies being told per capita, per space, square inch, if you want to say so. If you're playing basketball and the guy walks up and he's like, yeah, I know how to ball, man, I be balling hard, you know what I'm saying? I'll be taking it up there, I do all of that, and then he get on the court and he's throwing up nothing but bricks. See, there's certain places you cannot talk your way into because the mechanics of it will tell a different story. But you have a lot of people as fight coaches, fight teachers, and they have no fights. They don't spar, they don't train. They're at home smoking cigarettes, eating Krispy Kreme donuts, then come up in the classroom, teach you how to fight. So this is the kung fu hustle. You must avoid it. Make sure your teachers, your coaches have good information in the art of combat, whether they be pro fighters, amateur fighters, street fighters that got skills now. The experience is needed in this art. There are too many of us running around teaching classes and doing no fighting, not even sparring. And I mean not sparring your students, sparring against other practitioners. So, with avoid the kung fu hustle, we must have a fight tip. And today's fight tip is the jab. Now we're going to take a look at the jab because the jab is the punch that's always overlooked. And it's overlooked because the use of it hasn't been properly defined. And a lot of times because it's punching, you want to land your punches. If you're throwing punches, you want to land them, right? So all of your punches that you throw, you want to have a home for them. But the jab is not necessarily that punch. The jab is the question asking punch. When you're in the fight, when a pro fighter is going into a fight, he may have months, years to study the guy he's about to fight. If you're in a real-time engagement with someone you don't know, you will not have this time. You will not have the luxury of studying fight tapes to see what he does wrong. You got to figure out who he is at that moment. And this is the reason why the jab is such an important weapon. Because you're not jabbing to hit him, you're jabbing for a reaction. You want to see who this man is. You have to figure out his name in these milliseconds, what he's about. And throwing the jab, a reactionary punch, will get him to do what he's going to do, duck, try to grab you, and then you can handle the situation from there. And the jab is uncommitted. When you throw a power punch, you got to put your body behind it. So if you fuck around and miss, that's your ass. The jab, as I always tell my student, is a prostitute. She don't want no long-term relationships. She ain't trying to live with you. Put it out there, no commitment. And that way you can understand and see what your opponent is doing. When in a pro fight, you can control the pace of the fight with your jab. Get him to go in directions that you want him to go. I jab left, you step right. You don't want to get hit, right? I jab right, you step left. You don't want to get hit. Now, you're not concerned if the punch is going to knock you out. You just don't want to get hit. And this is what makes the jab the ultimate weapon. These are the things being taught at advance.lightburley.com, the new course. We're going to be breaking down the science of fighting and staying away from the kung fu hustle. So once again, remember, stay away, far away as you can get from the kung fu hustle.